Well, in the sense, I suppose it does do that insofar as the vacuum of power which has been in place since the assassination of Jovenel Moïse on the 7th of July can now be filled. But, I doubt very much that there are many people in Haiti at the moment that are holding their breath and thinking, at long last, we're going to have decent government. Our institutions are going to start functioning properly. The armed gangs on the streets are going to leave us in peace. Corruption is going to end in government. Poverty is going to be finished, and an infinite number of other things as well. People are genuinely fed up in Haiti and don't have any confidence in their governments. I suppose one could argue that it is at least a step forward that Claude Joseph and Ariel Henry have reached agreement about who should be the interim prime minister. They can now get down to the important task of putting together a government. That's going to be important because people are going to be looking at the ministers, see who they are and what political groups, if any, they belong to, whether they're technocrats or politicians with stained records. It's all going to be important because that'll give a pointer as to what's going to come next. How soon elections are going to be held, both for Parliament and for President. Haiti's been without a parliament now since the beginning of 2020, since the previous President Moïse refused to hold parliamentary elections. So an awful lot is still to happen before the confidence of the people of Haiti can be won back.
And of course, Rob, it's been 2 weeks nearly since the assassination of President Moïse. An inquiry has been launched into his killing. What do we know?
Yeah, the inquiry is under full steam, we're told, but not seeming to be getting anywhere, or at least not giving any leads that are being shared, or at least credible leads that are being shared with the population. We know that there was a team of 28 people involved in the assassination. Most of them were Colombian. There were a couple of Haitian Americans as well. Lots of questions are being asked about, who led this, though. It doesn't seem as though the organizers were among those who were captured after they escaped from the presidential compound. There's that question. There's also the question that still has to be answered, but how on earth did they manage to get into the compound when there were 3 presidential security teams there? They got in and they got out without being hurt, and nobody in the presidential team was hurt, and that is one of the reasons, I presume, why the head of presidential security is now also under arrest.
Okay, well, thank you very much indeed for bringing us up to speed on that and for your analysis. Our Chief Foreign Editor, Rob Parsons. Thank you.